Initially, I remember reading the script and thinking, I like this, just the flow of the dialogue and stuff, and it was just different. It seemed like, in a lot of ways, main characters in other movies, when it's a young guy who's the lead, always seems like a vessel. Like they always have to be so naive and just ridiculously innocent, so the audience can feel like they're with them through the story. And Tyler didn't at all feel like that. He felt like he's a very specific character. He is. It was funny because in the script, Tyler's father, kind of comes off as a bit of a uncaring, unthinking person, and I think what Piers brought to it was just he's much more compassionate than it makes Charles seem pretty sympathetic, so that's good. Yeah, Ruby's a very different type of actress, especially young actress. As young as she is, she's very, very self-possessed and I just a really unique girl. And I was really sort of fascinated with her, like right from the rehearsal stages. I just liked. You could she's one of those people you can just kind of watch, and you're not thinking. She immediately makes it. You're not doing a scene anymore. You're kind of just you are just being, and it's purely through her energy. She's also a great improviser as well. If you're trying to throw her out of a scene, she can always find her way back in. She stays 100% in character all the time, which is. I think what, in a lot of ways, the film means to me was really about just Tyler's journey. I mean, I connected to it in a very personal way, and what I really thought was interesting was it chronicles the time in a young guy's life. I don't know if it really happens with girls as well, but where you begin to trust your own feelings. If you like someone like Tyler does in the movie, or or if you're sad or anything, you start to trust your own mind a little bit more. And there's very few movies that specifically deal with that. Tyler and Caroline's relationship is, I guess, they support each other in a way. I mean, Tyler's very different around her than he is around everybody else. I think she's not so kind of damaged, or she's damaged in a different way, maybe she's just stronger than the other characters in the family, and can kind of hold her own against tragedy and against everybody's emotional turmoil. But I think Tyler finds a lot of strength in her, and I think she finds a lot in him. Yeah, New York's definitely one of the characters, and I think. I mean, that was one of the main reasons I wanted to do the movie, is to work in New York. That was the story, obviously, but also to shoot for an entire summer in New York is kind of sort of perfect situation. But I think in a lot of ways, because it is I mean, the script and what Alan wanted to do was so sort of viscerally New York. Pretty much all the crew was from New York, and everyone who was working on it seemed to really, really connect to it. And there's a bond that people who live in New York have with their city, which is a very interesting and powerful thing to watch. especially as an outsider. Yeah, and my first experience of Emily was I was shooting the end of one of the Twilight movies, New Moon, in Italy, and we were going through casting for this, so going straight onto it. And Alan, the director, said, "I think I found this guy you'd probably find quite interesting," and sent me this email with her audition tape. And my internet connection was so slow that I could only get the beginning, which was her messing up for about 35 seconds. And she was really funny in her messing up and kind of like quite charismatic. But I didn't know she was messing up at the time. I thought she was actually doing the scene and kind of just improvising with it and just making it up. And I was like, wow, she's got balls. She just comes in and makes up the whole thing. And so that was my first experience of her.